Hello. We have an audience member. Do you want to show our audience member, or is I can screw things up?
What?
Right there.
I'll just grab her.
She's gonna run away. Well, this is our audience member. Anyway, welcome to Ask Bill and Kate Thursday nights at 8. I'm Katie Hafer, that's Bill Hafer, that's Jasmine. You're gonna hold her like you do so she doesn't, like, you know, the belly scratch thing. Jasmine doesn't like to be held. God. She was perfectly fine sitting on the table, like watching us. But you didn't want to turn the thing.
She'll come. She'll go back over there.
Anyway, this episode, what, 156?
156.
It's a lot of episodes.
A lot of episodes.
You still having fun
Almost 3
doing
years.
this?
Huh?
Are you still having fun doing this?
Sure.
I hope you guys are having fun watching this. Anyway, how's this week been?
Let's see. So this week we took photos for a home that we're going to list in January. We had a couple open houses this week. We had a couple of showings that we thought were going to pan out, but haven't quite panned out yet. But we'll see how that goes. There's still more information to go.
When we first got Jasmine, she scratched Bill right in the face and drew blood. We got her from Florida. She's gonna run away. Anyway.
She doesn't like to get in this position, but once she's in this position, she kind of enjoys the belly rub. At least for a while.
Don't report us for cat torture, please.
We're not torturing her. I'm going to the belly, you know. She wags her tail, she doesn't squirm.
We're having 2 other open houses this weekend. 35 Inverness Way in Noonan, 200 Hillwood Drive in Fayetteville. Beautiful homes, by the way. Beautiful homes. So come by and take a look. 12 to 2. There's no college football on Saturday. What are you looking at?
I need to turn the volume down on the TV a little bit more.
Oh, I could do that. Ugh. Am I good?
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. You ready for some questions?
I am.
Poor kitty cat.
Jasmine's ready for some questions. You ready for some questions?
Oh, look at you. Look at you. All right, Tony from Tyrone says, my last agent didn't sell my house. And he wanted me to pay commissions for both him and another agent that brought a buyer. I wanted him to bring the buyer himself and to only pay him the commissions. That's the way it's supposed to work. All right, well, Tony,
You want me
you
to
didn't
start?
go to real estate school.
So the whole premise and the way it works, and for which there's been some conflict and some concerns raised, but I don't think it's going to get resolved anytime quickly. In fact, they're saying it's potentially going to take up to 7 years to resolve that lawsuit that was settled out west, or not settled, but was handled out west. The case was, the judge made a determination, but at any rate, the main reason why we want our peers involved in the process is it gets that many more buyers to the table. Now, of course, you know, we hope that our advertising and our marketing brings a buyer directly to the table, and we actually offer discounts when that occasion occurs. But, you know, it doesn't occur, you know, with every sale, and is a fairly low percentage that advertising alone will bring a buyer to the table. Otherwise, Zillow would be working wonderfully, which it is not. So, you know, ultimately need to
Well,
take
bring an unrepresented buyer.
Well,
Right.
I mean, yeah, I mean, if Zillow were, yeah, I mean, I'm thinking of Zillow if you're set for sale by owner, then in bringing somebody. I mean, that's the main reason why a lot of people, after trying for sale by owner, they end up hiring a realtor. And, two things that realtors bring to the table is our ability to advertise in, many, many more places than just Zillow, as well as, making sure that all our peers are brought to the table as well. And almost every buyer out in the marketplace is going to be represented by a realtor or an agent to make sure that they're getting help that they need for the biggest transaction they're going to take on in their lives, or at least up to that point. Even if it's not their first time home, they're probably moving up. So now it's the biggest transaction. So buyers need help in making sure they go through the whole process, making sure they do everything they need to do with due diligence, with inspections, whether it be a general inspection, whether it be, we just talked about this the other week about what's the gas? I'm drawing a blank.
What's the what?
The gas that they test for.
Oh, radon.
Radon gas. As well as making sure that you got your ducks in a row in terms of what you can afford, and you've got a lender properly lined up, assuming you're not doing a cash sale. So there's a lot of things that can be done on the buying side. Kate and I go beyond just the MLS, and some agents do and some don't, but agents rely heavily on the MLS to find properties that are available. So there's that. Plus, there's so many more tools in the MLS than what Zillow offers you to try to find a home. So there's that as well, helping out all those agents with their buyers, align their buyers' needs with the home that's being marketed for sale. So that's the advantage of having a multitude of buyer agents out there working on your behalf, and why we give up part of the commission we've agreed to those other agents.
Oh, poor Jasmine. The cat torture house. All right.
Those are meows of, that feels so good.
Good. Her face isn't saying that.
Her tail is.
Randy from Sonoya wants to know, what happens if I put an offer on a house and something happens, like some sort of emergency, and I have to take back my offer? Am I responsible for anything or owe any money to anybody? Well, your offer has to get accepted first, okay? If your offer gets accepted and you're within that due diligence window, that's what you and your agent decide to put in. It could be 0 days, which we don't recommend. Could be, 5 days, could be 7 days. And what that is you're going to find out, it's like taking your car that you got to the mechanic to make sure everything's in working order before you buy it. It's the same thing. So you're getting your potential home, you pay for the inspection, okay? Seller's not going to do that. You pay for the inspection so the inspector can tell you, yeah, I think there might be a problem with the roof, which means you got to get a roofer to come out and look, or I think there might be a problem with blah, 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 whatever, right? They're just there to diagnose, not to solve. You get the expert to come in and solve the problem, then you can extend the due diligence. But if you're talking about during that time, during due diligence, you can get it out of the contract and still keep your earnest money. If you do it after due diligence,
depends on what kind of emergency. So let's, for the sake of argument, say that something has changed in a major way financially. Either you've lost a job, your spouse has lost a job, or anything like that that's going to have a dramatic change to your finances. Then your financing contingency is going to protect you, and again, you're going to be able to get your earnest money back at that point in time. So there are lots of reasons why a contract may end. Now, if the emergency is that you got to take care of a family member remotely, temporarily, hopefully there would be some consideration given by the seller and something like that, but there's no obligation on the seller's part to be kind in that regard in that time frame. So it depends on the type of emergency we're talking about.
And then, yes, you are at risk of losing your earnest money if it's like outside of due diligence. You know, there's another, you know, reason where if it doesn't appraise to where it is, then you're able to get your earnest money back, because then you just can't afford to get the home, you know, if it's one of those kind of things.
Or even if you can still afford it, you're not under any obligation if the seller isn't willing to drop the price all the way down to the appraised value.
Yep.
So.
All right. April from Fayetteville says, I found some bats in my attic and I'm freaking out. I don't blame you. I don't know if one of them flew into the house too, because my husband left the attic door open. I heard you could die from one of their bites and stuff. What do I do? My gosh. Can you die from a bat bite?
If the bat has rabies and you don't know, I guess there's that.
God, my whole body just got...
And you don't take action or don't even know you got bitten, because it could be that you get bitten in the middle of the night by a bat and don't know it. The biggest risk with bats in your attic, though, is the bat guana, which is its
poop.
I was trying to find a better word, but okay.
Bat poop.
And anyways, that
BP.
when it dries out and turns to dust, it's very bad for your lungs. So you definitely want a professional in there to clean it out once it's all said and done. And there are certain times of the year where you cannot eradicate the bats. So
what time of year is that?
It's sometime in the summer. You have to get past a certain time in the summer.
Why?
Because it's mating season and bats are a protected species because of how they control mosquitoes.
Huh. Interesting. Wow.
And then the way to eradicate the bat is when the bat flies out at night, you force it to fly through a sock of some sort. It can find its way out, but it can never get its way back in through that sock. So that's how that works until all the bats are out, and then you can seal up the hole where they've been getting in.
Sock?
It's a sock-like thing. It's like if you think about at the airport where they've got the wind socks. And
wind sock?
Yeah, that's basically
I don't know what that is. What?
A wind sock is a big opening on one end and a smaller opening on the other, and basically it measures the wind and how fast the wind is going through, because there's a device in there. Well, this doesn't have the device in it, but it's basically the same thing. It's floppy and only will be extended if the wind's blowing. Well, of course, you're not going to have wind coming out of your attic.
You already lost me. That's too many words.
It's kind of like a windsock. Anyway,
I have to have a visual. You gotta draw it.
Yeah, it's imagine imagine an orange cone.
Okay.
Except it's made of material, so therefore it flops. Imagine the squiggly arm guy.
Yeah, I like those.
Okay, so imagine with.
I want to get one for the
one of his arms is cut off, and there's no air going through it. So it's hanging down.
Okay.
So the bat can come out through it and get out. The bat can find its way out the hole, but it can't reopen the hole to get itself back in. So once the bat flies out through the sock, it can't get back in the house.
It's kind of like Roach Motel. Roaches find their way in, but they can't get out. But the opposite.
Yeah, the exact opposite. That's a great analogy.
So, see how much easier that is? But I don't know how the Roach Motel works.
It's sticky on the inside.
Oh, that's why?
Uh-huh.
Oh. God. All right, Emma, I can't wait to have that drink. We're going to go to Elliot's and have a martini. Or what are you having?
I'm having the
Sriracha thing?
The Elliot, which is a martini that has jalapeno salt on this or sugar on the side of it, and it's
I went like this on the rim of it, thinking, "Oh, that looks pretty. That's red, and thinking this could be sweet." And I'm like, "Oh my god!"
It's got a little cayenne pepper mixed in with the sugar, and it's got a little heat to it.
God.
Tasty though. Mixes well with the.
Did you eat dinner?
I had bees before.
Okay, I did too. All right. Emma from Sharpsburg wants to know, hey Kate, I saw an old post about you looking for a hairdresser because you cut your own hair. Oh God. Yeah, that was like last year or something. Why would you cut your own hair? You know you can never do that, especially if you're not a hairdresser yourself. Yeah, Emma, I did a FSBO on my own hair. FSBO is for sale by owner. I did it for sale by owner on my own hair. And no, I did not go to hairdressing school, and I did a terrible job at it. It was bad. It was bad. I was kind of freaking out a little bit. So we made a video of it. Yeah.
And while, you know, some folks are very successful at selling homes on their own, the statistic is that only 11% of folks are actually successful at selling a home on their own, and that's from the 33% who actually try.
And so, that's just really from luck. I mean, fact. It's a fact. If you're for sale by owner, you are not marketing your home to the fullest potential. That is a fact, because only this many buyers are seeing it. That's it. If you have an aggressive agent, that's going to multiply by times 1,000 more, you know.
So Zillow's
we've
goal
got tools that people
yeah.
don't, the public doesn't have. So Zillow what?
Zillow's goal was to be the Uber to real estate, and it hasn't really worked out that way.
I hate Zillow. Don't like them. They're the devil. I don't have a problem saying that.
Well, I mean, I'm sure
they're the devil.
taxi drivers felt the same way about Uber. So, but you know, they're meant to be a disruptor, and you know.
Well, no, I mean that's what it is. It's a total disruptor, you know, and how they do it. They, you know, the agents that don't want to put the work into it and cold call people and all that, they will pay Zillow for leads, which they got to call anyway. It makes no sense. But in turn, Zillow is trying to put agents out of business. Why would you want to pay someone that's trying to put you out of business? I don't understand. And they'll put information wrong, like for sale by owners, it'll still say for sale, and they sold their house like 2 months ago. That's another reason why I say they're the devil. And then people are knocking on the doors of the new people that live in there, and it's like, remember that happened with Ralph?
Well, in fact,
Ralph
we've had a couple
he
of
got
our
his gun out.
We've had a couple of our listings that were initially for sale by owner. We were hired to sell the home, and as soon as it closed, Zillow had it back on the market again. Even though it has a whole new owner, that Zillow hasn't recorded that it was sold, but for whatever reason, they put it on the for sale by owner list again.
Yeah, we never trust the information that's on there. Never, because you can't. Because a lot of times it is incorrect. So, I don't know. It just...
And the search tools are not nearly as strong as the things that we have in the MLS.
So yeah, don't cut your own hair when you're selling your house. That's just not recommended. Right?
Right.
Oh, lordy. Hey, Bill. Where's it at? Oh, I got one more question. Mel from Peachtree City says, I smoke in my house because sometimes it is cold outside. All right, Mel, I know exactly what your house smells like, too. I'm going to sell my house in the summer and go back to North Carolina. Do I have to expose and tell people that I smoke in my house? And is that going to cause my house to sell for less? You don't have to tell people that you're smoking it, because they're going to tell right away when they walk in. Okay? People, we just know. Even smokers, I've been smoking since like teenage years, and I could tell, like, right away. You know how you look at somebody, you look at a smoker, and they've got the smokers talk like this, they got the smokers hack, and, you know, same thing with the house. The house has the smokers hack. They got just everything around, you can tell, all right? Is that going to cause your house to sell for less? Yes. It will.
The good news is there are ways to remediate that situation and get smoker smell out of a home. If you are, use heavy spices when you cook, and that leaves a lingering smell in the home, there's ways to eradicate.
You better not go behind there.
She's going to the kitchen for Warner. There's
I want to make sure that I want to keep an eye on her,
okay.
but I don't know how to do that.
Well, she'll come back. All right. Keep going.
Can you move your chair up just a tiny bit so at least I can see behind if she does? All right. God. Yeah. Dang. Oh, there she is. Okay, good. All right. Gotta keep an eye on this old one. Is she going to the bedroom?
Probably the door might be shut. Let me check. Go ahead and go with the next question.
Well, it's not. It's a joke.
Oh, okay.
Is it open?
Yeah, so
Okay. All right. Bill, why should you never start a fight with Santa in December?
because he keeps a list as to whether you're naughty or nice, and if you fight with him, that's naughty.
Because he has a black belt.
Okay.
But that was good. Yeah. All right. Never have I ever. You ready to play Never Have I Ever?
Okay.
Oh, you can be honest about it?
Sure. Whatever.
All right, Bill. Never have I ever practiced dance moves in front of the mirror. Yes or no? Have you ever danced in front of the mirror?
Yeah, of course.
When was the last time you did that?
I don't know. Probably years.
What song would it be to?
I have no idea.
With your clothes on or without?
Probably both. I don't know.
I can picture it. Oh God. Never have I ever had an imaginary friend.
I have.
What was your friend's name?
Clyde.
How old were you?
6 or 7, I guess.
How
Maybe.
long did Clyde stay?
I don't remember.
Would you talk to him out
Yeah.
loud?
Oh yeah.
What did you do with Clyde?
No, I don't know. I just talked to him.
Did Clyde go to school with you?
I don't think I talked to him in school. No.
Did Clyde? Do you know what Clyde looked like?
No. Me. Look like me, I guess.
You never told me this before, did you? And I forgot.
I don't know. You never asked before.
Wow. Okay. What did your parents say? Did they think that you were mental?
No.
Did they knew that?
I don't know. I don't remember. I was a kid, a little kid, so.
Alright, sorry. Alright, never have I ever prank called someone. I do that. It's fun.
I don't think I have.
You never prank called someone?
I don't think
God,
so.
you're missing out. Bill, I gotta show you how to do that.
I don't think so. I mean, I may have been with some friends when it was done, but I don't think so. I don't think I ever made a prank call.
Man. You could have got Clyde to prank call someone.
Maybe he did.
Never have I ever been sent to the principal's office.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
What did you get sent to the office for?
I don't know. I mean, I don't remember.
Were you a trouble kid? Like,
no.
Well, why would you get sent to the office?
I don't remember. Gosh, I mean.
How do you forget?
Because I mean, okay.
Did you get sent
I guess
so many
I've
times
been
you
to the
forgot?
I've been to the assistant principal's office in junior high for a fight, but you know, other than that, no. Next.
Oh God. Never have I ever cried during a movie.
Yeah, I have. So.
What movie?
The last one I remember was, what was that one with James Garner and at the end of it, where
I
she
don't
was
know who that
where
is.
she was losing her where she
James Garner?
yeah
Is it she?
he
You said she.
Jane, where she had Alzheimer's and would he would tell their life story, and then she would perk up like right at the end of the life story and remember him for a little bit, and then
Are you talking about that Drew Barrymore movie?
no, no, that's you're talking about 50 First Dates.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. This is The Notebook is the name of the movie.
I'd never seen it. I'd never seen it. Never have I ever quit a job. I have to.
Yes, I quit a job.
What job?
Bartending job.
Did you just walk out on a shift?
No. So the manager put me in charge of opening several days and just didn't ask her or whatever. And the main reason why he wanted me to open was because there was this one class that had mandatory attendance in college. And
He was in college?
Huh?
Because he was in college?
Well, he was too, but he was older. I guess he was a vet, and then was the manager of the school of the bar. But anyway, he was in the same class that I was, although I don't think he knew I was in the same class. So I couldn't get there other than being like 5 minutes late. And I guess somebody complained about it, and so because I was late for that one day of the week that I couldn't open on time, and he cut my hours way back, and I said, fine, I quit.
Oh. Wow.
And he had just taken over as manager for maybe a month or two, and he was a jerk. So it's like I had no problems walking out on him.
Did you ever tell him that you guys were in the same class?
No, because he didn't care.
All right. Never have I ever broken a bone.
Never.
I almost did, because I fell flat on my face in the 4th grade on monkey bars. Did I ever tell you that story?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. From I was flipping. How I didn't break my nose, I don't know. But flat.
Well,
Oh,
your
I
nose
still
is
remember
not a
that
bone.
feeling. Huh?
Your nose is not a bone. Even if you've broken your nose, it's not a bone.
Okay. Well, whatever. Anyway, I still remember that feeling. Oh, man. And then this lady, this teacher, because I was wearing a white pleated skirt. It ended up with blood all over it. Oh. But this lady, it was after school in the 4th grade, after music club. And I ran around the track, or most of the track, or whatever, because freaking out, And the teacher, I don't know why she did this. She went up and then she grabbed my nose with her fingers like this. I'm like, whoa, whoa! And that freaked me out more. I started running some more. Like, that was weird. Why would someone do that?
Because that's how you stop blood flows, by pinching it off.
Oh, she's trying to help me. Oh, didn't feel
No,
good.
when I had that bad nosebleed at the restaurant.
Oh, yeah, and Jason was doing that?
Yeah.
The first time you met him. I think it was the first time you met him.
I don't think that was the first time.
He was in there with you for an hour and a half.
Yeah, because it wouldn't stop bleeding.
When was the last time you had a bad nosebleed like that?
Probably that one.
Wow. Woo, alright. Never have I ever dropped my phone on the toilet. Blech. I don't think I have.
I don't think I have either.
Alright, fun fact. Did you know that Santa Claus showed up in 2 of our listings that we have? He's there if you want to go see online. 35 Inverness Way in Noonan, 200 Hill Red Drive. You're going to see Santa Claus.
There you go. Yep.
So, that was
Caught it on
pretty cool.
camera and everything.
Yep, so we kept him in there. Alright guys, got any questions? 678-628-K. Go to hafergroup.com. Sign up for our weekly newsletter. Send in your questions, info@hafergroup.com. Anything else, Bill, you want to add?
Nope, that's it.
Alright, have a good week.
Bye, everybody. Have a good evening.